I realize that there was no official ending to the previous Airport CEO series here on the channel, but to be fair, that series was sort of abandoned, which is not at all common around here in the slightest. If you've been watching for years, you'll be aware that I never in my life have abandoned a series without officially ending it. Me, no sir. With that said, welcome back to Airport CEO. This game has been updated since I last played it, and that means it's time to try another airport. And to be fair, the previous airport was pretty close to being done. This one is also going to be in my home country of Northern Ireland. It is in the province of Ulster, which is largely Northern Ireland, and it's positioned near Belfast, which is the capital. And I decided that this is going to be the site of the failed Northern Irish space program, hence it being called a cosmodrome. This is the first Ulster cosmodrome, shortened. Well, you can see what it's been shortened to. I may have come up with the code for the airport before the name. Don't judge me. It is currently 6:22 a.m. I have been awake for a while. With that in mind, let's begin and see what's new in this version of Airport CEO, shall we? I'm pretty sure that loading screen was a little different there as well. I honestly don't know. I really don't. We're going to get our email as per usual. Things are closed. It's still technically loading, but we have the alerts in the top left. It's whatever. It's whatever. This is going to be weird regardless with the state of the world right now, which, by the way, if you're watching this way in the future, you're going to be thinking, wait, what do you mean? You might be thinking, what do you mean? And what I mean is, at the time of recording, the whole world is in some kind of lockdown, and we're all kind of freaking out about this virus that's going around. And on top of that, I just punched my microphone. So basically what I mean, we're going to skip the introduction. What I mean is that if you're living currently in a post-apocalypse, this is why. And if things are back to normal and you're able to travel and go where you want to go, then that's great. But I'm living my dreams of traveling through Airport CEO. So with that in mind, the game is currently running, actually. Let's go ahead and pause it and let's have a little look because there are apparently new things. So I think vending machines are new for one. I know that's not super exciting, but that's a new thing. Airport infrastructure. I'm not really sure if there's anything in there right now. Honestly, not seeing too much at the minute, although we do have our airport logo, which unfortunately I'm not sure I can place. Oh, I can, and I will. There we go. That's exactly where that's going to live. Perfect. Okay, so we're starting with $2 million, and if I remember right, I mean, it has been a little minute, we are going to need to look at our emails. We have an email from the mayor. We know exactly what this is. It is essentially welcoming us to the airport, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. What we're going to need to do, though, is go into somewhere around here. We need to get ourselves some kind of contract, don't we, if I remember right? Yes, we do. We need to go in here. We need to get ourselves Blue Build Construction Limited. We'll take that contract. We'll go ahead and what we'll do is deploy, let's say, 20 contractors so that we're not deploying absolutely everybody. And then we're going to have a little look here. So we're going to begin in a pretty similar manner to what I think we did before. We're going to go with a simple little small grass runway to save on some money. And I'm going to position it way off to the side over here so that we can go ahead and just kind of have it out of the way a little bit. So way over there, we're going to put a small grass runway. And obviously we're going to need runway entries and exits. So we'll throw ourselves a little runway entry and exit there, and we'll throw one right up at the top there as well. And we'll get ourselves some simple taxiways as well. So we'll just go ahead and have those be a little 5x5 there, bring it all the way up and around like that. And that's going to get built. We'll go ahead and run the game a little bit to actually get that going so that we can hopefully sooner than later start bringing some flights in. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, I can't do taxiway paths until the taxiways are built. So with that in mind, we could go ahead and get ourselves some aircraft stands if we really wanted to. So I'm thinking that's what we'll probably go ahead and do. We're going to want to have the road, it's on the left side there. We want the road to be on the right side. So what I think we'll do is maybe go ahead actually and, well, I was going to say we could double up on the taxiway, but we'll save a little bit of money. Let's just go ahead and say that we'll start the stands up this way, and we'll go 1, 2, let me see here. I can't see what that says. So small airfield, we need to do what exactly? We need 5 small stands. So we were just about to do that. That's totally fine. So we'll go ahead and throw in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and we'll get those built in no time at all. We have these guys coming in and actually building the old logo there as well, which is going to be fantastic to see. They're heading over to build the taxiways as well, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. There it is. There it is. You can't really see it because there's supplies on it, but you know what it says. You know what it says. Good old Cosmodrome. Good old Cosmodrome. That's never going to get old. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to record like 3 or 4 episodes of this in one sitting and then not record another episode for like a couple of days and then load the save up, look at that, and just be ashamed of myself. I'm going to be completely ashamed of myself. That's what's going to happen here. But I mean, that's my default way of being, so that's fine. Anyway, we should probably start working on a couple of other things as well. What I'm thinking we could do is throw ourselves in some, let's see here. We're going to want some service roads, and I'm going to keep those grass as well. And I'm going to bring them over this way a little bit, because what I'm thinking we can do is put some of the essentials up that way. So what that means is we can go ahead and throw a, I think we'll go with a vehicle depot, and we'll throw it sort of up this way a little bit. And I think we could also go for a fuel depot and throw it up this way just a little bit. And I don't really think we need much else. The weather station could be useful. Concrete tiles, not really. Utility buildings don't really need them. We could go with a small air traffic control tower, though, and I think we will. And we'll throw it just, honestly, just in there. It should be fine. We're spending a lot of money here, but I'm pretty sure this is all fairly essential. And then, obviously, what we're also going to need to do is bring we're going to need to bring a service road down here, down this way, and connect it over this way, because we do need a vehicle checkpoint. So what I think we do is we can throw a vehicle checkpoint. We could throw it right down here, which might not be a terrible idea. So I think what we'll do is we will put our vehicle checkpoint there. We'll go ahead and bring, let's see, service road and straight down here. So to about there and over to there, and that'll get built eventually. And I suppose I should probably explain exactly what I've done here, because I'm assuming you're watching this with some knowledge of the game. If you don't, then I'm so sorry. I'll take a second while this is building and explain exactly what I'm doing. So, the initial goal here is going to be to bring in non-commercial flights. And what that means is general aviation, which is referred to just as GA. Now, GA in this case is, again, general aviation. That is essentially private planes, chartered planes, stuff like that. They're going to be very small planes, and they're going to come in to use the various stands that we have here. I'm pretty sure we don't actually need a terminal to operate a general aviation airfield, which is actually pretty good news, because it means we can save a little bit of money and we can make some money through general aviation. And what I'm thinking I'm actually going to go ahead and do is I'm going to tear out this service road for a second, and I'm going to throw in another bunch of aircraft stands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I could probably get another 5 down there. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to cancel those for a second, and I'm going to leave a little gap there. Let's see. So we want to go 1, 2, leave a gap there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go ahead and bring down more service roads to connect it to there. But what I also want to do is actually have a little bit back here. Just a little gap there, because it means I can throw a couple more utilities and services and all that kind of stuff onto that road if I need to a little bit later on. But the whole goal here is going to be to make a bit of money through general aviation, so that eventually we can go ahead and upgrade the runway to a concrete one. We can build a terminal, we can start bringing in commercial flights, and we can start doing all that good stuff in that particular way. If you've seen the previous series, then you'll know what my angle is going to be here, but if you haven't, then hopefully that kind of clears it up a little bit. We need a runway for the planes to land on. The taxiway is where the planes will obviously taxi on. The aircraft stands are essentially where they will park. And then this little road back here, and the reason for the checkpoint is because this is obviously the secure area of our airfield, right? You don't want anybody just driving back there. You want only service vehicles and essential vehicles driving back that way. So that's kind of what's going on there. Anyway, we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit just to the next day. And that'll hopefully mean that things do actually get built here. We can obviously hit escape to cancel, but no real need to do that. We're getting very close to being done. Can I go ahead? Yeah, oh, I can't advance time during the day. Okay. Well, that's okay. We could actually go ahead back into operations, and we could go ahead and just deploy... I mean, how many? We have 135 available. Let's go ahead and deploy another 30, bringing us up to 50 deployed contractors. That way things will get built a considerable bit quicker, as we're about to see. So there's all the contractors heading out. They can go ahead and do their thing. And the reason I'm going to try and avoid deploying all of the contractors is because I did that on the previous series that we did of this game, and it is a little bit of a waste of money. You don't need 130 contractors deployed at any one time. If you're not building anything major, you just don't need it. And if you're not building anything at all, another thing that we learned is, well, I'd say learned, I kind of knew it, but I'm just a bit of an idiot. You don't need any, basically. If you're not building anything, you don't really have any need for your contractors to be in a staff room anywhere. So that's kind of going to be the thing, essentially, is, you know, not having them deployed when they aren't needed. Anyway, the good news is that we have managed to build what is essentially a functional airfield here. So we need to go in and open the airport, which I'll do in a second once the construction's done, because it is very close to being done. We still have some roads up here to build. We still have the fueling stations. We still have the vehicle depot to get built as well. And I suppose I can explain those as well. So the fueling thing here uses, or contains, I should say, avgas. And avgas is the fuel used by general aviation aircraft, essentially, so we can refuel them and offer that as a service at the airfield, which can make us a little bit more money. To do that, we're going to need to go in and get ourselves, let's see here, vehicles. We need to go in and purchase some vehicles. So the Fjord fuel truck, specializing in avgas, we could maybe purchase, I'll tell you what, we'll go ahead and order 4 of them, which apparently we can't do right now. We don't have a checkpoint or a depot, so we're not going to be... Well, we do have the depot now. We do also have the checkpoint. So I'll tell you what, let's go and order 5 of them because I can. So what that means is they'll come in and they'll go to here, and then they'll start refueling from, you know, they'll pick up fuel from here and take it to the general aviation aircraft. Except they won't because we don't have a contract for fuel. So if we go and hit sign contract here, we have a few offers. But this one here from Fuel and Go is going to be a 4-star offer. It's going to be avgas for essentially 90 cents per liter versus, for example, this one, $1.05. So we'll go with Fuel and Go. We'll accept that contract. Apparently we might be able to sign multiple, I'm not sure. But we'll accept that contract and we'll go ahead and have some gas delivered to the airport in the not too distant future. Here's the avgas trucks themselves actually coming into the airport, going through the checkpoint. And then this truck here is the one that's going to go ahead and actually fill up the fueling station thing with avgas. So that's going to be fantastic right there. Now what we can go ahead and do is actually just go ahead and open this runway. We can go into the dashboard, or sorry, operations, and we can open the airport as well. We can go ahead and enable avgas refueling, and we can allow general aviation. And what that means is we now have a functional airfield. We should see at some point very soon, there it is, our first little flight landing. It is N3894. It is, where is it coming from? I don't know where it's coming from. Let's have a little look here. It is coming from I can never pronounce that one. Gloucestershire? Whatever. I genuinely can't. I can't. So I live just like a little north of where this airport is right now, and I can't. Anyway, it's going to Belfast. That's fine. and it has requested refueling, so that's good. So it's coming in. It's going to the stand there. We should see one of my trucks come down to refuel it at some point. It has requested refueling. Not entirely sure why it's, that'll be why. So there we go. So this guy is doing his thing. You are filling up on fuel and heading out. Hopefully one of you will go down and actually refuel the aircraft at some point. There we go. So you're going to head down. You're going to start refueling the aircraft, and we'll see that generates a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but it did generate a little bit of money, and the rest of the trucks can go ahead and kind of do the same thing as well. Now, unfortunately, we are in an interesting spot here where this is emptying very quickly, but that's all right. Anyway, we have managed to get a working airfield. So our next goal is going to be to refuel 5 general aviation aircraft. That, honestly, going to be super easy. That's going to be no problem at all. I'm also wondering, can I go into economy and change some of our prices right now? No. So we're going to need a chief financial officer to do that. And apparently we've also done this already. Okay. So it wants me to build a terminal of at least 20 by 15. Okay, well, that was actually kind of quick. I'm kind of glad that I managed to get this done. Fair enough. All right, so a terminal of at least 20 by 15. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I realize I've also left these workers around doing nothing. I just got done talking about the fact that I didn't want to do that. Let's go to here. Let's bring this up a little bit by 10. And let's go 20 across here. So we're going to have a road that runs straight across the front of the terminal, like that. And I think what we'll do is we're going to keep this nice and simple. I'm not going to go too crazy because I want to try and keep a relatively small terminal, but maybe use multiple floors instead. So we can go to terminal foundation. We can go to here. That's 20. That's 15. It's going to be $300,000 to build that, but that seems all right. And I think what I'm also going to do is I am actually going to just change up this road a little bit, because what I'd actually like to do is go to here. I'd like to go in and say, let's put a door, maybe, I don't know. Let's change this up ever so slightly. I said keep it simple, but I lied. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, and let's do this. We'll do something kind of fancy. We'll maybe take out some of the walls here just to simplify things a little bit. And this will give us just a bunch of entrances that probably won't get used too much, because I'm pretty sure the AI in this game generally just goes for the shortest path that it possibly can, which is fair enough, but whatever. Let's see. So we need infrastructure and transportation. We're going to need sidewalks. So we'll go ahead and do this sort of thing just in front of the airport. And I think what we can also do is maybe something a little decorative, kind of like this. So, you know, nothing too crazy. We'll just do a little bit of like decorative cutaways there. I think what I'll actually do is cut away that much and just have a single little line, because what I can do then is go and do that as well at these end pieces. Meaning I can go in with a little bit more decoration and go in with something like, I don't know, statues or something like that. These statues are these are new. I've not seen these before. We've also got, I think at some point we can get some lights or something like that. It might be, is it in infrastructure? Am I missing it? I don't remember for the life of me, but I'm pretty sure you can get some lights. Anyway, what I also want to do here is throw in some car stops. I think that might not be a bad idea. Some bus stops as well could probably be a good idea. So let's do a bus stop there. Let's actually take out these public roads a little bit further so I can actually hopefully manage this. So let's throw some bus stops in. We'll put one at that end. We'll put one at this end. And we can put one maybe right in the middle. And we can actually space them out something like this, to be totally honest. And then opposite the bus stops, I think we'll go taxi stops. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we'll also go for some generic, maybe car stops on the other side. We'll just do 1, 2, not there, 3, 4. We could get a couple more in the middle, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is essentially I'm going to bring the public road right up to, if I could click it, that'd be great. Right up to here. And I'm going to bring it through the middle there, bring it over, bring it over. I think I'm going to bring it out a little bit further. So 5 and 5 and then connect it. I think we'll go 5 down and across. And that'll be okay. That'll be all right. We could throw some sidewalks in there as well. And I think that would probably be a good idea. So we'll do something like this, something like this, something like this, and something like this. I think we'll bring some around here as well. And I think we'll bring some over here as well. I can actually just cut this middle part out. That's going to be a little bit quicker. And of course, crosswalks as well, so people can actually get across the roads. And then that's all going to need to be built by my contractors. At this point, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to go ahead and maybe deploy all of them. So we'll go into operations, construction, deploy all of them. And we'll get this all under construction at some point or other. We're going to need some doors as well. I totally forgot about those. So we'll throw some doors there and there. We'll go there and there, there and there. And we'll throw a couple just over here as well. And I think that'll be decent for a terminal. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try and keep it a little compact, I suppose, is what I'm thinking. So let's have a look here. What is this telling me to do? We need to build a staff room as well. So we're gonna have a few things to build in here, but that'll be all right. We'll figure it out. We have plenty of general aviation aircraft coming in. This should honestly get built in no time at all. The roads and all that are getting built in plenty of time as well. I really can't for the life of me remember where the lights are. I feel like I saw them. I feel like I'm just being an idiot. Yeah, there they are. So street lights and then floodlights. So the floodlights are really bright. Really, really bright. The floodlights there. So maybe what we do is we could throw a couple of floodlights in there if we really wanted to. We have this like array of floodlights as well. Maybe some street lights would be better. So what have we got? We've got these like these impressive ones. So we could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I sound like a dance coach here. So we'll just do a couple of street lights in there. I do think a couple of like these floodlights here might not be a bad idea. So we'll go there and we'll go there for some floodlights. And maybe over here as well. I think we'll try and light this place up really well. Is what we'll do. So we'll have a couple of floodlights like that. We'll go over and we'll do there and there as well. And again, that'll just wow, that got built super quickly. Yeah, so that'll brighten the place up a little bit. I think that'll be good. I think that'll be a fantastic thing to have. I think we can maybe just do these corners as well because why not? It's going to get a little bit dark out there if we don't. And that'll be good. So we got our doors going in. We got the terminal built. We don't have anything in it. We got the lights going in. We've got the sidewalks going in. We got the bus stops, the car stops, the taxi stops. And I think that'll probably be enough to, you know, have the airport manage for the time being. We actually have buses coming in already, which is interesting. They shouldn't be, but okay. I mean, fair enough. If they insist, then they insist. Anyway, we need to build a staff room. So I'm thinking I want the staff room to be towards the back. So staff room is going to be, let's go something central. So it's going to be, what would that be? 10 by, well, it'll be 10 is what it would be. So let's go from there and we want to go 10 by, let's do 10 by 20. In fact, no, we don't want to do 10 by 20. What we want to do is make it a little bit smaller. We want to do this. We want to do 8 by 20. And then what we want to do is go in and put some walls around it. So something like this. And then we'll put some doors up at the top end there and there. And we'll throw some doors, I guess, there and there as well. The reason we've done that is because it means that wall down here lines up with that wall right there, which is exactly what you want. And apparently I've not done the, oh no. Have I not done this right? Hold on. You line up. Aha. I knew I hadn't done it right. So we'll take that out. That goes there. The door needs to go as well. And then that's exactly where I want it to be, except for that door, and maybe that door as well. And then I guess we can just throw a large door down at the bottom there. So we'll do that kind of thing, and that's going to be our little staff room, which will Place a few office desks and any type of seating in there. Okay, so we can totally do that. If we go to staff, we're going to need some office desks. So what we'll do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not sure how many administrators I can get at any point, so we'll go with 15 desks for the time being. And then we'll go to seating. We'll go to some modern couches, I guess, and we'll just sort of like double them up like this a little bit. Doesn't need to be anything too crazy. We could probably go for a slightly... No, we can't really go for a cheaper one at all. That'll be fine. So that'll be our staff room. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing super fancy, but it certainly does the job, and that's kind of all it needs to do. We'll throw some nice fancy wood into that space as well. And that right there should be mission accomplished for this particular task, I think. There we go. Beautify the terminal with some nice plants. Okay, yeah, we can do that as well. We'll throw that into the staff room and then we'll be sorted. So let's say, I don't know, that one, job done. Alrighty. So up next is going to be hire 2 administrators. They will work on R&D projects and unlock new objects and systems. No problem. Are we making money? Not in the slightest. We really are not making all that much money. But that's all right. We'll get there. We will absolutely get there. I'm also realizing that a second story on this terminal, pretty sure, isn't actually possible right now until we unlock things. So I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, is what I might be doing. But that's fine. We'll get there in time. It's just gotta chill, kick back, relax, and hope for the best.